It's time for Nip Talk.
All right, Travis, can you roll that video? Roll that video.
Killed it in Stranger Things, and if you don't like Stranger Things, we cannot be friends. So, if I was Natalia's injector, this is what I would do. We start by treating those masseters, and we all know how much I love treating masseters to help slim the face. Next, I would actually add a little bit of chin filler just to help fill out her chin and make her whole face more like a heart-shaped. Next, I would add a little bit to the lips, just a little bit, nothing crazy, just a nice pout. And then we'd get in there and do a little bit of Botox. I'd give her a nice brow lift to help open up her eyes. And to top it off, we'd start working with some Sculptra. She does seem to have more thin skin, and we want to prevent that from getting thinner and create more collagen. All right, let's see what the final product would give us. Ta-da! All right, how do we like my Photoshop skills? As we can tell, her jaw is slimmer, her chin is more pointy, and her eyebrows are more lifted, and gotta love that pout.
So, that video hit TikTok this week, and that's Miranda Wilson. She's a esthetician somewhere. I couldn't even figure out where she was at. And the person she was talking about was Natalia Dyer, who's from Stranger Things.
Okay.
So basically, she makes this video just kind of like, unsolicited, saying this is what I would do to this actress, and the internet was not having it. There was
She changed her whole. It'd be one thing
there
to
was
say.
Outrage. It was crazy.
Well, but because the woman, the esthetician speaking, came off really ugly. There's a difference, but a lot of it. You changed this.
To unpack here.
You changed this entire girl's face. So basically, she's like, she'd look prettier if she didn't look like herself.
Yeah.
Which is basically what she's saying. And so, listen, I think it's one thing to go, oh my gosh, she's got beautiful natural features. Already, but if she was looking at doing something like this, whatever.
The presentation wasn't great.
Terrible.
But so you know how I am. I like to unpack stuff. So let's talk about what she was, what she was suggesting. So the first thing that she said is she wanted to inject Botox into her masseters to slim her face. I mean, I have a little bit of a problem.
But isn't that bone structure? Wouldn't you be shaving off bone?
Masseters are muscle. It's one of the muscles of
Okay,
chewing.
but it looks like she's got jaw, like bone.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes. So a lot of like the shape of the face is due to your jawline, right? And so I won't do that masseter Botox. Like, one, it's off-label. Like the FDA doesn't say that that's a recommended use for Botox, but in reality, like, softening up the muscle is not going to make that big of a difference.
It will make your jaw, like, those are bones, girlfriend. Your bones are not going to go.
I had a little bit of issue with that. She was talking about doing chin filler. I'm not a big fan of using filler for the chin. Like, in order to get a noticeable effect on the chin, you really need a lot of volume. So you're talking like thousands of dollars of filler to get like something that's noticeable. Otherwise, it's like so subtle. It's like, why are you doing? Like, if you really have,
you would full on do an implant at that point, right?
Yeah, you do an implant, and not that she even needs
it. She doesn't need it.
She doesn't need it, right? Then she was talking about lip filler. Okay, so I mean, lip filler, maybe.
I subscribe. She has the actress has a beautiful sweetheart pout.
Yeah.
So a filler would look great on her. Not that she doesn't. She's beautiful.
She was talking about forehead Botox, but what really kind of turned an alarm for me is she said that it's going to give you a brow lift. Now that's really not correct. When you paralyze your forehead, it actually has a depression effect to your brows, but what she's probably meaning is that if you do Botox in the center, this will come down and you'll get that arched eyebrow look. I get a lot of people that get an arched eyebrow, but like just to like say it incorrectly like that kind of bugs me. And then lastly, she was talking about Sculptra in her cheeks. Like, I don't like Sculptra, I use Voluma, but the products are very similar in that they plump your cheeks. But I mean, that's something that you use in people when they're older and they're starting to have mid-face fall, which is what makes you.
How old is this? I mean, she looks like she's 18.
So that's what I thought. So when I first saw this, I was like, this girl's like 18 years old. What is she doing? Well, come to find out, Natalia Dyer is actually 27. So, she is a little bit older, which I think it makes a little bit of difference because, I'm gonna get to this because I like to play. I like to play devil's advocate, right?
Yes,
so I'm going to look at all of this. But so like my concerns with this video were, one, the unsolicited suggestion that someone needs, all these treatments. Like if someone comes into my office and says, tell me what I need, I'm going to say, I don't play that game. Like, I'm not going to tell you what you need. You tell me.
Why are you here?
Like, tell
Usually
me
people know what they want.
But
right?
it happens to me all the time.
Here?
But like, Like, I'm not going to suggest.
That's a red flag.
I mean, because to me, that's almost like, I don't want to say a conflict of interest. But
Well,
like,
it's subjective.
It's like shady. It's like I'm the expert, and I'm telling you, oh, Jasmine, you have to have these things if you want to be beautiful. Like, that's just like shady. Man.
First of all, that's your first red flag. You probably don't need to be here because I'm not here to tell you what you need.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that I have is like there were some off-label uses of products that she was recommending, which I don't really like, and a couple things she like didn't, say perfectly.
When you say off-label, what does that mean?
So, like, the Food and Drug Administration has 3 uses for Botox: glabella, forehead, lateral eyes, right? So, to put in the masters an off-label use for cosmetic. Now, there are some on-label uses for using Botox in muscles, where it's like for like bruxism, where like people are grinding their teeth. Like, you can inject Botox to soften the masseter muscles, which are a chewing muscle. So it has a medical effect, right? But for cosmetic, that's an off-label use, meaning like you can do it, but like it's not what the Botox company recommends you do, right? So it's like, and there's a lot like that. Like
that's just concerning.
I know.
Put Botox in her lips. It'll make them big.
Let me tell you what I do appreciate about this video, though.
Okay, what?
I think this girl did this on purpose.
Of course, because we're talking about it.
Right. Like, I mean,
Bingo, she won.
Yeah, I mean, I think she really knew that this was going to cause like some huge blow up. Because I mean, I looked at her followers on TikTok. She's got like 42,000 now, but I don't know how many she had before. But I guarantee you, she has a lot more followers now.
Well, and if I'm the actress, like, I'm sorry, no press is bad press, because if you're talking about me, you're still talking about me.
Yeah.
So I think
I kind of feel like the whole thing was a stunt. Now, she took the video down. I had to actually go digging to find this video. She took it down, and she actually put up an apology video, which I didn't even watch. But so, yeah, I think that she kind of did this for publicity, and honestly, I kind of admire her. Like, I mean, yeah, she's a bad guy for a week, and no one's gonna remember, and now she's got like all this publicity.
Yeah.
So, Miranda, I'm proud of you.
I don't know.
Girl.
I'm not going to you for any injections though, because you're not even.
Just to like really kind of come full circle with my devil's advocacy here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say what what's her name? Natalia Dyer. Natalia Dyer came into my office and said, what things might I consider? Okay, I think that's what we're talking about. Like, all right, she comes into my office, 27 years old. Like, I'm not gonna tell her she needs this or that, but like if she twists my arm and says, okay, what are things people in my age bracket might consider? I mean, the Botox, I think she's a little early, but there is a trend for younger and younger people to get Botox.
I started at 26, preventative.
It's preventative, right? So like my wife has been getting Botox since she's been about 30 years old. She looks freakishly young. She doesn't have a wrinkle, right? I mean, if you saw her picture and I told you how old she was, you'd be like, no, there's no way. And some of it, she takes care of herself. But I mean, the Botox is definitely playing a part. Yeah. So I'm not against like Botox and someone in that age.
When it's done right.
When it's done right, true.
So you don't look frozen and like
yes, it has to be done
terrified
right.
all the
that
time.
That goes without saying. And then like the lip fillers, like I would never suggest, oh, you need to get lip filler, but like it is a very common thing that people in their 20s get. I mean, I hate bad lip filler, and like people that come in my office like look good and not fake. And I think that that's okay. I mean, I think if you're, in your 20s and you want to, accent your lips or fill them a little bit, I mean, that's totally reasonable. The other stuff she was recommending, I don't know.
Stop with the don't do fillers in your face when you're young.
Yeah, I'm kind of against that. But anyway, I found that I saw that thing floating around on the internet. Like, I'm on social media from time to time, and so I just saw little bits, pieces. Then my friend Egmont, like, he sent me the videos, like, dude, you need to do a segment on this. And I looked at the whole thing, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna unpack that stuff. So.